Welcome back to Berks One-on-One. For today's episode, we're actually going to be interviewing someone that you may have seen on this channel before. Tracy Sabocheck agreed to do an interview for the Garden Club of Reading. She was featured in both a promotion for the Not Just Plant sale from the Garden Club, as well as an interviewee inside of the Earth Day 2024 video. I sat down with her to talk about the history of the Garden Club of Reading, as well as ways for you to get involved and get into gardening yourself.
Hello, I'm Tracy Sabocheck. I'm president of the Garden Club of Reading. And I'd like to share with you a few things about our garden club, starting with the mission statement. Our mission is to promote an interest in the art of gardening, floral design, horticulture, conservation, and civic development through educational programs, thus inspiring fellowship and as well as adding to the quality of life in the Berks County area. The Garden Club was founded back in 1965, and we actually have a couple of our founding mothers are still in the club, which we're thrilled with, and the club became federated in 1967. Federated means that it belongs to a much larger entity called National Garden Clubs, Inc., which is all across the U.S. and beyond, okay? And thus we're part of what we call the Garden Club Federation of Pennsylvania. We're insured through them. We run our meetings as per their rules and restrictions and stuff like that. But there's a huge benefit in the knowledge that we get from them, the connections and everything. This is also one of the entities, NGC and GCFP is one of the entities that produces the judges that will judge something like the Philadelphia Flower Show. And we're actually looking to get back into doing this because we've got more people that are interested in flower shows and everything. We do what was called a standard flower show, which is you write up a schedule that is approved by the GCFP, just like the Philadelphia Flower Show does. There's rules and regs you have to follow to enter that show. And we do it on kind of a miniature scale, if you will. And it's really great because we've got a combination of horticulture and floral design and everything in between. So it's very educational. It's also a heck of a lot of fun. The other thing that we did, we haven't done them in a while since 2019, we used to put on local garden tours where we would have for a day or two, you could go around to like 7 to 8 to 9 different gardens, homeowners, rooftop of the hospital here when they started their rooftop gardening up there and all around. The other thing that we do is community outreach. We do the Guts and Glory Wellness Expo. We participate in the Berks County Earth Day event at City Park, which we love. We think that's a blast. Another one of our outreach is to do our giving, which is making small, unbreakable, faux floral arrangements that we donate to hospice patients. And that's really, really well received. We get lots of accolades on that. They love it. The other one that we do that's kind of a little bit off, but a lot of fun, out of the GCFP, they have every convention, they have a competition called Trash to Treasure. And we've got some really good artist types in our club. And some of our Trash to Treasure entries, which are a design of whatever that you've made out of trash, okay? And some of them are just amazing and intricate and impeccable. And we've got a couple of pieces are displayed at Berks Nature. And then we have one piece that went from Berks Nature to Alvernia and is used in a children's program to show them what you can do. And then of course our latest and greatest thing is the Not Just Plants plant sale that we just had, that we really worked like mad for it, but we really had a lot of fun the day of. We had so many people come in and it was just so much fun meeting all these people that are into gardening, into plants, and into all of that type of thing like that. And of course, our final thing that we do is we maintain this lovely, lovely formal perennial garden here at the Reading Public Museum. So I have to admit, right now, I'm very, very pleased with where our club is at. You know, all clubs kind of start out as one thing, and they, kind of morph into all kinds of stuff. Like, starting out with the history, I found the original paperwork when they applied to become federated. And the statement in it is, it was a garden club for women that were 35 years old and younger, is the statement in it, okay? Now I've got some of those original 35-year-old and younger women that are still with us and everything. We range, I want to say, in age from late 20s all the way up to, I don't know if I've had anybody hit 90 yet, but they're getting close. So we've got all walks of life. We've had all kinds of business owners, accountants, to nurses, to biologists, to you name it, housewives, everything, join our club. Now, one of the biggest struggles has been embracing technology. COVID forced it. I have to admit that was kind of an odd benefit out of that terrible time, but it kind of forced it to happen. So we look at doing more and more with technology, so we're not dragging a lot of paper around, we're not printing a lot of things that end up in the trash and all that type of stuff. Communication is kind of a little wild because not everybody does email. The ones that you wouldn't think text, some are still with a good old phone call and dropping something in the mail, which makes a lot more work for, people trying to get news out and everything like that. But there's new energy, there's new options in adapting. We try to keep all of the best ways of the past and really analyze the best ways of now and the future and everything and try to utilize those. It is kind of tricky, but I've been really pleased at who's showing up at our door, and I'm just thrilled. Well, part of it is we've got a Facebook page presently, and so we have a lot of outreach with that. We also had at our plant sale, we made sure that we had a clipboard up at the checkout where if you were interested, you could leave us a name and everything like that. That was, I find the biggest one is one-on-one. If we can do one-on-one with people, it's like all the knowledge that we have. I mean, sustainability, environment. I mean, I was at Talbot's one day talking to the lovely young cashier about plastic bags. And, to use them, not to use them, what do you use them for, and do I need one now for my little whatever that I bought? Lo and behold, she's now a member. It's just, you talk, you communicate about it. I always say, you can kind of start with gardening. It's one of those, it's huge, it's expansive. You can start with a little pot on your porch or up on your windowsill or something or other like that, and you put a plant in it and, see how it goes. I mean, some gardening is experimental. It really, really is. You can test your soil, you can go through a lot of stuff, but depending upon what the environment, but what the climate is dumping on us or not dumping on us, you can have a dry spell, you can have a wet spell, adapting to that, learning about that. It is quite an education. Now you do have luck sometime of, getting a plant that your grandmother gave you and it's been sitting on the front porch and that's where it likes it and that's where it's surviving. And you go along with that. But you can pick up books, pick up magazines, contact people like us, contact the Ag Center is another good one. Even just go to your local garden store, chat with those guys. The other thing is too, there's a lot of people that are introverted out there, but they will talk about plants. So you can always get advice from somebody as long as you just open up to them. We ended up developing throughout this whole process a beautiful relationship with the Reading Public Museum, and we're thrilled with that. we'd use their tent on occasion, like kind of at the tail end of COVID, to have some of our meetings at it. And we would love to do another plant sale again in the spring, which we are planning on. But the other thing that we would like to do in there is we would like to host a flower show. And that's a little tricky. You got to work around the weather. It can't be too cold, can't be too hot, because it'll, as we call it, blow up all your blooms and make everything wilt kind of thing. But it's a really good educational feature. We can do children's thing. That was the other thing that we started between Earth Day and our plant sale, was we got involved with getting kids into the dirt and making little lovely planters and stuff for their moms, but also at the same time learning about where does dirt come from. And we have a gal who took that on, and we're pleased as punch about that one. And the other thing is too, is just the big thing that happened with the plant sale was, you know, you got a group of people and you need to have them believe in what they're doing and how they're doing and how valuable they are, you know, to their surrounds and everything. And the plant sale proved that. We have very talented people. They, you know, really know how to make a lovely looking product. They have quite a great expertise. You know, none of us are walking around with 1,000 initials behind our names, you know, but we've got wisdom. And when they saw the energy that they put into some of the things that they made come out in the end result, with people showing up with them clutched in their hands, excited as all get out about, you know, taking it home with them and everything, it really was a wonderful, wonderful boost. I mean, they just, they're riding a wave right now. Let's just put it that way. So I'm thrilled to death. And I know they are too, and we're looking to have a really good time with it now.
Thanks for watching. As always, if you have any suggestions for any places you'd like me to visit in the future, leave a suggestion in the comment section below. And if you're a business owner, feel free to check out our channel's description where you can fill out a form with your contact information, and I'll get in touch with you as soon as possible. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe to keep up with our new videos, which are coming out every Sunday at 9 a.m. This is Berks One-on-One, signing off.